Alright, hello and welcome everyone to CEVO Season 3 Placement Matches. My name is Helium, I'm from FMBP Dota, and I'll be solo casting this action tonight. We've got, once again, a best of 3 between Army Ants United and good old Swag, those wacky SGs that we see quite a lot on this stream. Bans underway already. Pretty standard bans coming out here. Wisp taken out, no surprise there, as well as the Darkseer and the Batrider. Maybe a little stranger than Naga Siren, but either way, picked up a lot. And going to be banned out here. That net is quite good, as well as the sleep to reset team fights and get that positioning you want, or to just escape. And Swag, fans of the aggressive tri-lanes, will be picking up the Visage here as their first round pick, so maybe they take it aggressive or leave it defensive. And meanwhile, Army Ants United going back to TI3 qualifiers / IXDL strats with the first pick Weaver and Treant, so pretty strong combination there. We'll see if they can put that Treant to use more than just keeping the Weaver alive in some towers, or if some wacky SGs maybe will pick a better tower pushing lineup so that they can get the towers and Treant won't really be able to heal them back to full health like he so annoyingly does. But now it's time for their second pick. They're probably hoping they could pick up the Naga here. I mean, the Visage Naga tri-lane is quite strong. We saw a bit of it last night. What team was doing that? Not teams I had cast before. I think that was SoNest picking that up. Those supports definitely playing pretty well together. But either way, looking for their second pick here. Some wacky SGs. Jesus drafting right now for them. I guess that's normal. They do rotate it around quite a bit. And Swag, a team I play with a lot, so I do know a bit about them. They will be going for that Rubik. So Visage Rubik going to be strong supports. And Rubik obviously great against the Weaver. As soon as he hits level 6, he can pick up that Saguchi. And that's going to force Army Ants United to buy sentries, to buy dust, to deal with the Rubik. Something they wouldn't normally have to do, but I don't know. It's going to be annoying. It's not a perfect counter to Weaver, but it makes it a little harder later on.
5 seconds remaining.
As we come into the banning here. And for anyone wondering what this is, it's the CEVO Season 3 placement matches. In Season 3, CEVO has opened up a main division. The 16 teams that qualified for the Season 2 playoffs will already be in the main division. This is to see who will join them when Season 3 starts. If you want to get involved in Season 3, you haven't missed your chance just because these placement matches have started. You can sign up when the registration gets started for CEVO Open for Season 3. So stay tuned to CEVO.com to check that out for Dota 2 and various other games. Maybe Dota 2 isn't your esports game of choice, but there are quite a few others. Some more bans coming out here, though. The OD being taken out as a strong mid lane dominator, and of course another carry, semi-carry, that can do some of the legwork in the early game when Weaver cannot. Sometimes it's a little bit of a risky venture to just put that Weaver as your only carry in the one role. It doesn't normally work out. Maybe a little better of a chance because of the tree, but still kind of unlikely, a little risky. So they're probably looking to pick up another carry, semi-carry on the side of Army Ants. OD fit that role. He's taken out. Astral Imprisonment is annoying, and along those same lines, Shadow Demon taken out. His Disruption, also very annoying, and really scales well into the late game. We'll see what Swag's carry is going to be here. Maybe they go PL or AM. We'll see what they decide to pick up. But a strong mid-hero banned out by Army Ants United. They take out the Puck and the Lifestealer as well. So they've pretty much taken out the Lifestealer bomb right there. They have their carry. Weaver does well against that Lifestealer in the laning phase, but taken into the late game, Naix is going to win that battle pretty much hands down. And Puck as well, just annoying. A teamfight control hero. They have their own, the Treant Protector with the Overgrowth. A decent teamfight control hero if he can get in there without dying. And I don't know, maybe just looking to control up those team fights, take them early, or really protect this Weaver. Who knows? We'll see what they pick up here. Maybe give us more of an idea of what they're going to run. They go with the Bounty Hunter, so sort of a utility, like third role. Can really get the track kills rolling, and with the Weaver, I don't know how well that's really going to synergize, but if they get some kills rolling early, it'll be pretty nice. Swag is going to go with a third pick Alchemist, so their carry left in there for a while. They're going to go with that. Probably could take that aggressive, but we'll see. Alchemist maybe likes the defensive tri-lane just a little bit more, able to get into that Grievel's Greed. If you take it aggressive or they're going aggressive against you, gonna have to get your Acid Spray and Concoction, but with the Weaver Treant, that's not the best aggressive lane. Alchemist might be able to get away with some early points in Grievel's Greed this game. which would definitely benefit Swag a whole lot more, as Alchemist, again, take it into the late game, will outcarry a Weaver, no problem.
Reserve time.
Timbersaw.
Alright, Army Ants United will go with the Timbersaw, likely to be their mid-hero. I suppose it could go offlane, but since they've already picked up a Bounty Hunter and a Weaver, that could hit the offlane, and then Weaver likely to be the carry in either the safe lane, could do safe lane solo, but with the Bounty Hunter probably not. Likely to be in the tri-lane, whether it be defensive or aggressive. So Timbersaw probably heading mid, and there's still heroes like Queen of Pain, which easily beat that Timbersaw. Can keep him low with the burst from the poison as well as the Scream of Pain. Timbersaw's reactive armor doesn't like that so much, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a Quap pick up here, or even like a Skywrath. Maybe not as strong, but definitely a hero that could shut that Timbersaw down as it heads into the mid game with that 3 to 6 second silence. And Squee, very, very comfortable on the Queen of Pain as well as the Skywrath, or pretty much any mid for that matter, except for Puck, but Puck already being taken out. I think I heard him say that the other day. Maybe I analyzed Squee too hard there, but we'll see what they pick up here. Could be their mid. They actually will get the last pick. Oh no, they won't. It will actually flip-flop back on the bans. So Army Ants United will get to see the last pick from Swag, I believe. I'm always terrible at figuring out in which order the bans and picks go, but looking for their fourth now. If they pick up their mid, they're not revealing too much because there's a 90% chance they're already looking at the mid they're going to face, so we'll see what they decide to go. Probably thinking about the Queen of Pain right now. Obviously adds tons of burst damage, but she doesn't come with a stun. Limited team fight control. I mean, Puck's a little better in that regard. He dropped the coil, does a decent amount of damage, especially if they snap it, but keeps everyone close by for Alchemist to wail on. But yeah, they go for the Queen of Pain. Definitely beats the Timbersaw matchup, and whether Timbersaw's mid or not, they should probably try to match the Queen of Pain up with the Timbersaw, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see some lane rotations if they don't meet in the mid lane off the start. But now, time for that 5th round of bans. Army Ants remaining with the ban here. Looks like Swag gonna need an offlaner, so Clockwork still available, would be quite strong, teamed up with the Queen of Pain. Clockwork also does pretty well against Weaver. I mean, you hit Weaver, you force him to time-lapse at least out of that, or push him in the cogs. Does pretty well against all the other heroes. Timbersaw obviously can get out of it pretty easily, but he'll at least still take the mana and health burn when he Timber Chains out of the cogs. Great offlaner setup stun for Alchemist. Every time you stun 2 in the cogs, Alchemist gets a 2-man unstable concoction. It does tons of damage, then he can come in there and just wail on everybody. So far, the only burst damage right now is pretty much from the Timbersaw. So if they're fighting in the open, not a lot Timbersaw can do without the trees there. Chakram still does provide a lot of burst. Bounty Hunter a little bit as well, but if people are trapped up in cogs... Okay, and I'm thinking Clockwork's going to get picked. Here he gets banned, so yeah, probably the right ban there. Now they're going to be forced to maybe pick up a different offlaner. I wouldn't be too surprised if it's a Nature's Prophet. Jesus is pretty comfortable with it. Another hero he loves in the offlane is that Darkseer, but obviously that was banned out first, so I'm saying Nature's Prophet, maybe Windrunner. They could potentially do Syllabear as well. The tri-lane isn't too strong actually for dealing with the bear. Like, Treant's not going to do a whole lot to disrupt it. Weaver can get some Geminite attacks, but he needs to be in lane soaking up XP and getting last hits, so he can't really be chasing the bear around. Will depend on what the last pickup here from Army Ants will be. Maybe they go for the Lone Druid, but either Lone Druid or the Nature's Prophet would pretty much excel in that offlane and could become a core later into the game as well. And looks like I had the picks mixed up. Army Ants will be revealing their 5th pick before Swag picks up here. Use it up most of the time. Gonna head into reserve. They got about 50 seconds left. And if anyone just joining us, this is a best of 3 between Swag and Army Ants United. CEVO Season 3 placement matches to see if you can make it into the main division to join the already 16 teams that qualified from Season 2. So it should be a lot of fun here. I have yet to see Army Ants play, so hoping to be pleasantly surprised by their performance here tonight, but we'll see. Swag, I know, a team that is quite competent, so who knows. Who knows what could happen here tonight. And Jakiro was that ban out for a support, going with that Weaver and that Treant Protector. Again, just offering another AoE stun and some disruption there for Timbersaw to lay down the damage, or Weaver. They probably want Alchemist to go
10 seconds remaining.
Shadowblade into an AC.
Radiant
Maybe
team
don't
pick.
rush the BKB super fast, but might have to with Crystal Maiden being the next pickup there. That Frostbite will lock you in place, will be a little bit annoying, as well as the slow, and if you can get a good freezing field, does offer a lot of damage. We'll see if they can combine that freezing field with Overgrowth on the Treant Protector. And Doom, the last pickup here by Swag. Interesting. Might just jungle it and abandon that offlane. But we'll see what they decide to do here. It looks like we've got one person disconnected as we head into the game. Might be on the screen for a little while longer. Well, it looks like Smurs has picked up the Doom. Oh, I guess they have Zilu as well. Zilu being GGGGGGGGGG. So there's that. That is Zilu on the Alchemist. He generally does play the 1, but so does Smurs. So they have 2 1 players sort of in their lineup right now, as their normal
10 seconds
2 of their normal
remaining.
players aren't actually here right now. But they do play with these guys a
5
lot as
seconds
well.
remaining.
We'll see what Smurs decides to do. Maybe head to the offlane in a 1v1. Or just go head into the jungle. Either way, it should work. Army Ants requesting a second, as it looks like Light Blue here has disconnected. Alright, just waiting on this go here. Looks like Light Blue has reconnected. Gonna be playing. He probably doesn't want to play Crystal Maiden. He's like, really, team? You picked me Crystal Maiden. If I wanted to be food. I don't know. I was gonna follow that up with something clever, but. Alright, but here we go. Into the game. CEVO Season 3 placements. Best of 3 between Army Ants United and Swag. On the Dire, Army Ants United. We've got Hypno-Toting on the Weaver going top in their defensive tri-lane. It looks like it's going to be... Yeah, indeed it does. So Alchemist will be getting that Grievel's Greed. We'll see how that works out. How are we going to pronounce that? We'll just say 74 here. On the Crystal Maiden, supporting in that top defensive lane, has the wards. Treant going to be handled by Rule. He's got sentries as well as some consumables heading up into that top defensive tri-lane as well. Mike Lau in the mid lane. Timbersaw, we'll see how that works out for him. Did not get pooled regen, so did have a Stout Shield and a Tango. Delay his bottle a little bit, or if he just goes straight to Mana Boots. And last but not least for Army Ants United, we've got Shaper in the bot lane already invised up. Could be tough for him to get XP in this lane. It is a strong tri-lane. And Doom is actually going to be down here in the jungle as well, even if he wants to gank.
30
5 people
seconds
down
to
here
battle.
for Swag, and we might as well introduce them since they're all down here. Spooderman going to be handling that
Is
support
this
Rubik,
on?
helping out his teammate Zilu here on the Alchemist, and Jesus, no stranger to micro heroes here on the Visage. Look for a big game from him, sentries and some regen as well. Heading over into the mid lane. As usual, we've got Squee looking to dominate here on this Queen of Pain. They're going for a bottle build of his own with Mantle of Intelligence to just help with the last hitting a little bit. And who are we missing out here? That's going to be Smurs on the Jungle Doom. Just abandoning that off lane. Does have the Dust, so if he wants to come gank that Bounty Hunter, the Dust is up. Looks to be maybe a bit of a utility Doom, as Alchemist probably going to carry pretty hard. Going to realize he can get Grievous Greed level 1. And that worries me a little bit. Anytime there's an uncontested Alchemist, game gets a bit dangerous. Put on that last hitting chart as finally underway here, the waves have clashed. And this is what makes this lane hard for Timbersaw. That poison goes out. Does queue up the reactive armor, but you take quite a bit of damage from it. And as soon as there's a couple points in Scream of Pain, Timbersaw generally a hero that can cycle aggro on the creep to get his reactive armor up. Oh, but with the tree armor, maybe kind of overlook that. Could potentially be able to stay in this lane. Tree armor as well as reactive armor gonna do work, so maybe he fares a little better than normal. But last hits in that lane 3-2. Weaver up here will be uncontested. We'll just see what he decides to go for. If he can, probably will prefer to go for super fast Lincolns into maybe a BKB and then some damage if he's really farming well. But if not, maybe forced to just tank up and get some damage items, as he kind of is their only source of right click. This free farm Alchemist will have a BKB up relatively soon in this game if all things go well. And Zilu, no stranger to that carry role, so once that BKB is up, there's really no answer to that Alchemist at all. So Weaver will have to have the damage coming out pretty quickly, or they're going to get run over, I think, when they come to 4-man, 5-man fights. Supports working on getting their levels up now. Jesus with the pull through, stacking up this creep wave. Spooter still at level 1, looking to stack up some more creep waves as well for the Alchemist or the Doom. Looks like he does have the Tornado, but 200 mana is a lot for that poor Doombringer. So he's going to have to get some mana regen or just head back to base and get those stacks that his supports are going to be helping him with. So Swag being pretty efficient on that regard. The supports up here trying to get their levels as well. Treant and Crystal Maiden pulling, stacking, chain pulling. Weaver still continuing to free farm, but a little behind, having trouble at the tower maybe with 9 last hits compared to the Alchemist down here at 14. But let's look at Shaper doing a good job with his Quelling Blade. Got down there in behind the tree line, and he's picking up XP. Will hit level 2 relatively soon, so against a strong tri-lane, I'd say he's doing pretty well right now. Obviously not going to get any farm, but not really a big deal for him. Just wants to hit 6 and then go get some track kills. Here could be an issue. Courier coming in unupgraded. If Squee sees it, he will dive for it. He's going to get it without diving for it. Big blunder there by Mike Lau. Throwing the Courier, which is a sick Courier, by the way, that Caterpillar. Not even going to be turning into a Butterfly for at least 3 minutes now, so definitely hurts there. Gives Squee a lot of gold and XP. Well, at least gold. Not sure on the XP value, but I believe it does give some. Anyway, fighting in the mid lane, and Mike Lau with the regen is definitely helping out. Has his bottle, did kill his Courier, so that kind of sucks. Puts him behind, gives everyone some gold here. Spudu can get boots if he wants them. Their Courier already upgraded. Jesus, yeah, he's got a smoke, so maybe looking to gank this Timbersaw in the mid lane pretty quickly. Let's see, Hypno-toting, maybe trying to push that top tower a little bit. Taking some damage out of it now. Bottom lane, though, they find this Bounty Hunter. Where's the dust? Sentry goes down. Will stun Shaper. Need to get in front of body block. Picked up here. Soul Assumption to go out. Grave Chill. Actually, first. Now the Soul Assumption. And Spooderman going to pick up the First Blood with the Fade Bolt. So First Blood as well as a Courier kill going the way of Swag. Game 1 so far looking really good for them. That's a huge gold advantage. 2,000, soon to be 3,000 XP. Almost at 1,000. So really far ahead here as we're only approaching 4 minutes. And 3 points in Grievous Greed on this Alchemist. Go to net worth tab. You can see him even ahead of that mid lane hero there with the Courier Snipe. 2,170 net worth, so quite a bit there. This could be bad news as he's going to be uncontested for a while now. Bounty Hunter has died. They don't look to be trying to push this tower at all. Just going to continue to farm. Here comes the supports over. Let's see with Smurs, what's he doing up here? Wants to, well, we'll eat that. So it picks up the Shockwave instead of the Tornado, and has a Midas on the Alchemist at 4 minutes, so well, let's see, where is it? Now it's flying out. Squee probably wants his bottle back, or whose bottle is on there? Oh, okay, Doom went bottle, so not too strange there, and looks like Smur's gonna get involved, so this is the way I like Doom to be played a little bit more. I know I was trading some trash talk about that Doom pick, but get that Doom involved to get some kills. We'll see what he can do with the dust. They're heading top, maybe going to start contesting this Weaver here, as Alchemist can go 1v1 against this Bounty Hunter. Pretty much no problem, especially with the sentry down in his lane. So back to the smoke gang. Swag into the dire jungle now. They're going to find Crystal Maiden. If Spooderman can get the pickup, Crystal Maiden is a slow one. They will find her here. Not a whole lot of damage coming out from them, but it's going to be enough with the Soul Assumption. Shockwave from Smurs. Didn't have level death, but didn't even need it. They come up top, pick up a kill. Swag bringing the game 2-0 now at the 5-minute mark. Checking into the gold now. Lead getting a little out of control maybe, but when the track kills get online in 2 more levels, maybe Shaper can turn this around for him. Alright, if anyone watching in game, if you'd want to help me out or help out CEVO in general, just head over to CEVO.com. The stream should be up there, or twitch.tv/FMBPDota. I always like to get the viewer count up, makes me feel better about myself. And what I do here, helping out CEVO casting these games, always nice. And obviously can talk in the chat as well. Usually try to respond to it as 2 supports and the utility Doom up here in the top lane, looking to push a tier 1. But maybe not push the tier 1 as much as just contest this Weaver. As we head back to the last hitting chart, we see Weaver here at 26, Squee actually leading the charts in the mid lane at 35, followed up by his teammate Zulu on the Alchemist at 32, but he's picked up a Midas, as well as gonna have 4 points in Grievel's Greed pretty soon, and some fighting going out top. Let's see, Jesus will get frostbitten, throws out the, why is everyone dusted? What? Oh, okay, that makes sense. Nature's Guy's picked up here 1 level. Not something you normally see, but maybe picking it up because they feel a little threatened. And of course, Dust picked up just because Weaver can go invis with the Saguchi, but now he's level 6, gonna need more than Dust to take down a Weaver. Looks like some sentries are here as well from Swag. So yeah, I don't know. None of these heroes need too much farm. Doom probably wants to go for that Midas still. Actually just going to go Mana Boots, so go Doom here. But still maxing that Devour. Okay, they go on the Weaver. They pick him up. Sentries are available. A nice Crystal Nova going out, as well as a Frostbite. That's about all of her mana. She does have the Aura, so it's pretty spammable for her, but we'll see. Squee getting dangerously low in the mid lane. Still dominating the last hitting chart. But looks like he will be forced back to base. Has yet to rotate. He's level 7 now, almost level 8. Maybe he can head top after he heals up, get things done there. Meanwhile, Mike Lau actually is level 8, so kind of winning that battle. It's a shame he killed his courier. Into the bottom lane, Zilu really not feeling threatened by this Bounty Hunter at all. But now that the lane's abandoned, Bounty Hunter will start to get XP. And yep, indeed, Squee will TP up, blinking over, trying to get involved in this fight. Do they have Dust? I believe Doom's going to have 1 more. Yep, it's off cooldown. They want to probably kill Rule or the Crystal Maiden. Just get some more kills on the board. Make Weaver feel a little scared. Let's see what they can get done here. Doom, not level 6 yet. Gonna continue to chase. Dust goes out. Squee's gonna find him. Pretty squishy tree. Only level 3 right now, trying to run away. Do they have enough to get him though? I don't know. Blink in from Squee, maybe with a Scream of Pain. Don't even need it. Not gonna have to use it offensively. We'll be able to get away from this and probably even clean up this creep wave as well. Or find Crystal Maiden. Let's see. She's kind of straggling here. Out of no man's land behind the tier 1. It is really slow. They could probably dive even the Weaver pretty low right now as well. Looks like they will dive. Diving the Weaver, forced to time-lapse out. Squee not taking a whole lot of damage, but they don't have any dust now. And Smurs could be in trouble. Luckily, the creep wave is there. Won't be taking tower hits. Let's see if they decide to dive. Looks like they will be going in for this Squee, looking to get some kills, but Timbersaw's made an appearance. He takes out Doom. He takes out Smurs. Gonna get Spooderman as well. He's probably gonna right-click him down there. Indeed, he will, but gonna TP out there is Jesus back to base. So a little bit of an overcommitment there. Squee does like to play pretty aggressive. Timbersaw wanders on up top, will pick up 2 kills, so that's a double kill, making him level 9, almost level 10 now, out-leveling the Queen of Pain in terms of net worth. Right behind there, so pretty even with the mids, but Alchemist really starting to take away on this net worth. Oh, Queen of Pain, gonna pick up Weaver in the top lane. Didn't even use the ult, doesn't even have it skilled yet at level 9, just really maxing the blink as well as the Scream of Pain to be really mobile, and Scream of Pain does quite a bit of damage. Let's see if Rule's gonna get anything done here. He does have really no offensive spells, so he can like attack twice. And Squee gonna be able to blink out of that. Needs to go heal up once again.
I feel like a broken record.
Timbersaw getting some runes, picks up the DD in the bottom of the river. So playing pretty well so far. Score 5-2 in favor of Swag. Gold graph, 5,000 advantage, 1,500 XP advantage. So Swag still playing pretty nicely here. The Timbersaw, Mike Lau, was able to pick up a double kill for his team, putting him on the map. But here comes the Doom from Smurs. Another good reason Doom actually sort of fits into this game. Let's see if they can even get this, though. They are a little lacking on the stun. Soul Assumption will go out. Jesus On a killing spree now. Just TP'd out barely in the top lane. Didn't go down, so 3 kills onto a killing spree. Jesus playing a pretty good game so far. Gonna continue to ward up as well for his team. And once again, carrying Dust for that Weaver and or the tree, or whoever tree decides to nature's guys. Zilu starting to work on these stacks. Well, looks like he might have already cleared those stacks, as I don't see any right now. Doom back in the jungle as well. Probably going to be the mech holder, I would imagine. Let's check in on Shaper here. He's picked up some phase boots in the bottom lane. Not a lot of mana regen yet. Does have 2 in Shadow Walk, so can't stay permanently invis and roam around a bit. But so far, not doing a whole lot. Staying in his lane. Maybe needed to go top. If those 2 kills were track kills, that would have been a little better. But possibly feeling pressured to pressure the Alchemist. But I think it's a waste for him to stay down here. Here at TP's top. Some fighting going on up here. Squee and Jesus once again. Causing some ruckus. And let's see how this is affecting that Weaver's last hitting. 44. Compare that to 64 and 55. He's fallen back a little bit. Here's Shaper looking to throw out some tracks. But even their team kind of lacking a little bit of stuns. Crystal Maiden's up here. They've pulled 5 top right now. Meanwhile, we've got 1 mid, 1 in the jungle, and 1 in the bot lane. So getting a lot out of this is Swag if they don't die. Jesus, first to drop. Killing spree is gone. Squee will be able to blink out. So they get 1, but they put 5 heroes there. It was a track kill, so that's definitely good for Army Ants. But like we were mentioning, Smurs here, farming up. Who's in the mid lane? Spooderman, he's level 6, about level 7. Zilu, still uncontested, 70 last hits in 11 minutes. Doing pretty well for himself, almost has that Shadow Blade up. And here comes Smurs, invis, ready to throw out the Doom. Blinking in is Squee, already tracked up. The Doom out onto the Weaver. Looks like this could be Weaver's death. Unless he gets denied here. Anyone going to be able to deny him? No! Squee with the double kill. Blinks in. Gets Shaper as well as the Weaver. So getting 2 there. Shaper and Hypno-toting will drop. Squee, big double kill. 4-0 on a dominating streak. And meanwhile, Zulu on the Alchemist takes out the bottom tier 1 tower. Now looking to get something done top. Jesus ticks over into level 6, has the familiars, they are available. Here comes Rule, he's invis, but there is Dust, it's on Jesus. They know he's there too. Or maybe that was, yeah, no, that was a ping from Jesus. Let's see if they know he's there. The Dust is available. Let's see if they throw it. Dustin goes out. I don't even know how they knew, but maybe some premonition. They saw him walk in. Nice familiar stuns, nice chain stunning, keeping him there. Gonna go down, 9-3 now. 74's got to run out of there. Slow Crystal Maiden, you're pretty much food. Meanwhile, mid lane, Squee under pressure from a Weaver and a Timbersaw. But if Weaver and Timbersaw are in the same lane, they're not getting their best XP, splitting it up there as well as fighting over farm perhaps. Need to find some space for them, but it's going to be hard with Swag just rolling around the map together right now. They will find Shaper. They are out of Dust, however, so this could be a track kill onto Spooter. The mechanism looks to be finished up, I believe. Yeah, that's going to be on Doom. Timbersaw could be in trouble. Looks to be going down here. Not without Spooter dying. Crystal Maiden will take him out. It looks like the Visage will get 2 kills here. 1 with the birds. Squee bottled up. Comes back into the fight with a little replenished HP. He was pretty low there. 3 go down. Rubik dropped. That's Spooter. It was a track kill, so Shaper at least getting some tracks on the board. But thus far, game looking heavily dominated by Swag and Zilu now. Zilu, however you say his ridiculous name, now into the mid lane as well. I believe he's got the Shadow Blade purchase coming out to him on the courier. Indeed he does. And already up to another 1,000 gold. So could start working on that BKB. Could go ahead and just hop onto that AC.
Must I repeat myself?
Alright, well they see it. At least he got it delivered at the tower. So Crystal Maiden knows she's got to be careful here. They maybe want to fight. They're not going to be able to kill anyone but Zeus if they kill anybody. The Doom goes out onto the Timbersaw. Behind the tower, Smurs could be in a little bit of trouble. Crystal Maiden, though, caught out in the tree line. Soul Assumption and everything to come in. Zylu going to pick up that kill. And now back to the tower. Acid Spray and as well the Scorched Earth. That's actually a lot of AoE damage just on the ground there. Maybe these heroes synergize a little better than I thought they did. As they get the mid tier 1 tower. Now pushing Spooderman. Doesn't want to let the advantage go. Picks up a gem. And now Tree, Rule, just up to his mana boots now. As the push continues here. 5 people in the mid lane. They got the Shadow Blade up. It's a big item. Another 2,100 gold on the Alchemist. And looking to get another tier 2 tower. They really can't fight this at all. And especially with the mechanism already up on Jesus. The familiar stuns online.
As any fool can see.
Hypno-toting doing his best to farm. What's he up to? Drums. Aquila. Probably has to go BKB next. Or not Drums, excuse me. Treads Aquila. Maybe Drums or BKB next. We'll see. Tracked up though is Zilu running away here. on the stealth of the Shadow Blade, but also the move speed, so going quite fast. 465 move speed right now. Going to be a little bit faster than them, even with the track bonus. Back to farming he goes. As now the team of Army Ants being kind of stretched thin. We've got 4 roaming around right now trying to buy space for the Weaver. And this is kind of why Weaver doesn't really work in that safe lane 1 role. It's not great. Take it aggressive or have another carry like OD mid. But we'll see if it works for him. I mean, pretty far behind. Maybe a little surprised if they come back and win this game, but anything's possible with the Timbersaw burst, that's for sure. But now farming up the dire jungle is Swag. Really exerting their dominance over the map. Here comes the Medallion of Courage as well out for Jesus. He's got his treads finished too. And pushing the top tier 2 tower here. Looks like 5 coming to fight. Zilu in the bottom lane though, pushing out that tier 2. Chakram goes out. There's the Doom. He can't pull it back in now. Will be out of mana. Nice overgrowth here by Rule. The burst damage comes out to the Weaver. Time lapse still is available. Will use it. Freezing field from 74, but canceled rather quickly. See if Smurs can, or Spooter can seal it. No, he's holding on to track actually. He's stolen track. That's a pretty big deal. Mike Lau finally his ult running out, but on the backside of this, Jesus picking up a kill. Looks like Treant, Crystal Maiden. What an ult from Squee. Picks up the Weaver, as well as the Bounty Hunter dropping there. So 4 heroes, 4 none. Meanwhile, Zilu picks up the bottom tier 2 tower and the top tower being pressured as well. Looking to go down here as Mike Lau trying to fight Squee. Could have been a mistake. Squee now with a whole lot. He's an aggressive player. He wants it. He's going in for this. He will get it. Wicked sick now and just going to TP out Crystal Maiden. They're looking to cancel. This could be the death of Squee. Let's see if he gets out of this one. Looks like he probably will be able to make it over that wall. Does that disjoint the tower attack and the projectile? Indeed it does. He will live. So playing on the edge right there. That's a 5 people died there for that. Make it 6 actually. Crystal Maiden died twice. 18-4 now. Checking out the graphs. It's going to be steep. 20,000 gold. Get in there in XP as well. At about 14 or 15k advantage right now for the Radiant, for Swag. And game 1 of this best of 3 in the CEVO Season 3 placements. Which maybe we should explain how those work. It is divided up into group stages. I don't believe the groups have quite been released yet, but it'll be there eventually. There are group stages for a while, all best of 3. And then after the group stages, the top teams from the groups will be taken into bracket play, and then if you get far enough, you qualify for main. And yeah, you don't really have to win it as long as you get far enough to qualify for main. Definitely some better competition to be found in main. Swag probably would have qualified off of Season 2 if their team didn't get busy and sort of fall apart in the postseason. Or close to the postseason. I don't know if they made the playoffs actually. Yeah, they didn't. But definitely were contenders to go pretty far in those playoffs. Looking here to strike back in Season 3. Definitely expected to qualify for the main season. Now attempting Roche with the armor reduction Alchemist brings to the table, as well as the Medallion. It goes down. The Chakram was there to disrupt it a little bit, didn't do too much. Now the Familiar Stun's coming out as well, disrupting that Bounty Hunter. Let's see if Spooter's still holding on the track. It looks like he is indeed. About a quarter timing on that, so not too long left, as it is only Spell Steal level 1. Alright, Army Ants United pretty much just have to turtle it up now. Back in their base, try to take any fights they can on the high ground to get back into this game, but it's going to be really hard. This Alchemist is pretty ginormous right now. I think he's got a full Assault Cuirass coming out to him at the 18-minute mark. Indeed he does. BKB going to be next after that. So with the Aegis in this AC though, probably just going to look to break the high ground. Squee is very aggressive, as we've noticed this game on the co-op, with the Orchid as well, going for an Ags now. Blinking into 3 there. See if the Doom will go out from Smurs. They really just need to focus the towers. It looks like they're going to pick up Hypnotoad immediately. I don't think he's got buyback. Doomed up, the Timbersaw will go down to the Concoction. Zilu onto a killing spree. Actually, not buyback, not on cooldown for the Weaver as he comes back, but blinking into the Fountain here to get a double kill. Ultra kill, godlike for Squee. Blinking in there, throwing out the screams, throwing out the ults. The GG gets called in game 1, so we'll be bringing you game 2, maybe game 3. We'll see if Army Ants can take that win to extend the series, but we'll see. Once again, CEVO Season 3. I'm Helium from FMVP Dota. If you're following, or if you're watching on Twitch, I'd love to have you follow. I do cover a lot of CEVO as well as the NEL, so I'd love to have a follow from you, and we'll be bringing you game 2 soon.